Some
The forecast. Next, international weather. And at 50 after, the storm update. Right now, your local forecast. International weather. And at 50 after, the storm update. Right now, your local forecast.
area, Ocean City. A lot of folks are going to be heading home. If you are heading home, leaving the coast, heading inland, look at the clouds building up now, and with those clouds are some big storms, and it is hot. 92 in Beantown, 92 in Philadelphia. The hottest spots, 94 at Newark and 94 as well at the Baltimore-Washington Airport. Various storms in Maine. Bangor to the west side of the, looks like Penobscot Bay area, so Camden, Rockport, watch out. Also around New York City and Boston, plenty of big storms now. Now it looks like the Boston storms have weakened a little bit up on 128 as you get up there towards Reading and back to the west out by Waltham. But plenty more developing now in the southern tier of Massachusetts from Springfield all the way to about Sturbridge. Let's take you on into the greater Boston area. And there are the rains we talked about up on 128. More storms around Worcester and Sturbridge, and very heavy rainfall developing now around Springfield and Westfield. And there's more out there around the Pittsfield area coming into the Mass Pike. New York City proper we go, finding some storms in Morris County out by the Morristown Airport. Also up into Westchester now, moving in around the south side of Bedford, New York, and likewise in Jersey, looks like in Ramsey up there in Bergen County. And look at that big storm now up around the Susquehanna Valley. And as far as Baltimore goes, some big storms west of town over by Thurmont and also around Emmitsburg in Maryland. So please watch out in all the big cities later on today. I'm sure everybody's enjoying the beaches, but as you head down into the evening hours, watch out. It's going to be a completely different ball game as storms.
Weather and at 50 after the storm update. Right now, your local forecast.
Wichita, it includes the Dallas area. Wichita Falls also under a possible, this is a tornado watch, which means that tornadoes could possibly occur in and around the watch box area from Oklahoma and much of northern Texas. Also, the old area for the past several hours has been plagued by some pretty strong thunderstorms and also several tornadoes in and around the Aberdeen, South Dakota vicinity, and also several watch areas including Caribou, Maine, down through Boston, North Jersey, Philadelphia, looking out for some strong thunderstorms. The thunderstorms here have been associated with a frontal boundary. It has been a very hot, very sticky day across the Northeast, and with that cold front trying to push its way through, well, that of course means that the instability has increased in this vicinity, and so we'll continue to watch our low here trying to track well to the north, the cooler air trying to wrap in behind it, and of course that warm air very sticky along the coastal vicinities, and it has created that very unstable condition this afternoon. Although it started out pretty much just kind of hot, it has really gotten humid this afternoon. Down towards Texas, the past couple of days we have been dealing with an upper air low. Now this upper air low is being assisted by this surface high. Of course, the winds along the surface circulating around the high east area of South Dakota. The cloud tops there have been in and around 48,000 feet high, and of course that too a very problem area. That's associated with a frontal boundary causing a lot of lift in that vicinity. The northeast, the cloud cover here, not as impressive, but we're still talking about an area that has been inundated with rain showers the past couple of hours and will continue to be a problem. It does look like it'll get better a little bit later on tonight as we head into the evening hours. At this time, we're looking at this line of thunderstorms covering much of Long Island, also extending from the Connecticut vicinity and into Boston. At this time, these thunderstorms have just been strong, but we'll be watching out. We have had a few water spouts to be associated with this line of thunderstorms in and around the coastal areas of Caribou, Maine, Portland, Maine. Looking a little bit closer towards New Jersey, Trenton, Baltimore, thunderstorms, and some of these thunderstorms could possibly be associated with some hail. We have had some reports of small hail in and around the Connecticut vicinity. So that's how we're shaping up this hour. Also, one other thunderstorm in and around Yadkin County in North Carolina. That thunderstorm could possibly be strong to severe.
And let's see if we can move it right in for you on what's happening over. This clicker is malfunctioning. Hold on a minute, folks. All right, we got to go to the other source. There we go. And here we go. Here's our...
at the cloud cover. This is associated with a frontal boundary. Now this front is going to push offshore as we head into the evening hours. Behind it, much drier air, not really cooler, but much drier air. And ahead of the front, we have very warm, very sticky conditions. And of course, the two air masses are colliding together at this time. That's creating that instability in our atmosphere. So we're looking at those thunderstorms that are moving mainly to the east, Bangor, Maine, Portland, Oregon. Under the gun, we're watching strong thunderstorms push through Boston, Cape Cod. You'll be in line for some very strong thunderstorms within the next hour or so. New York, Long Island, they're approaching your vicinity as well. These thunderstorms, again, have been associated with some very strong winds, some very small hail at this time, and of course with the rain coming down very intense at times. We're talking about very wet roadways, very poor visibility due to all of the rain associated with this frontal boundary as it pushes through. Looking a little bit closer to the New York vicinity, you can see Long Island really getting hit right now. We'll continue to watch this area for the next couple of hours, but it doesn't look like you're out of the clear. Even though these thunderstorms are moving mainly to the east to southeast, we have another line. You can see that there are several lines ahead of this frontal boundary, and so those thunderstorms will be pushing through for the next several hours, and so we'll be looking at very wet conditions if you're doing any traveling along I-95, along 83, 76, 84. You're talking about a pretty wet go, and of course with strong thunderstorms with those winds gusting above 55 miles per hour at times, it is certainly a better idea to seek shelter or postpone.
And at 20 after, the 5-day planner. Right now, your local forecast.
Oppressive heat covers much of the Northeast, while the potential for severe storms runs high across that region as well as the northern plains. Good afternoon, I'm Janetta Jones. Welcome to WeatherScope. Let's go to Lisa Moser in the Forecast Center with the latest on the severe weather.
Thanks, Janetta. It has really been a touch and go for quite a few areas. Let's go immediately to our watch box area. We want to take you to an area that has had several tornadoes that have been confirmed. We're specifically talking about that northeast corridor of South Dakota. At this time, Hamlin and Dual County under a tornado.
Today, the question is there more coming?
Let's get a check on that with Glenn Hurricane Shorts now.
Right. There is going to be quite a bit of heat over the next week, but we are going to see a bit of a break over the next 24 hours, at least in the form of humidity. We saw a bit of a break. Lenape Middle School in Doylestown, temperature down to 81 degrees because of a thunderstorm, a tenth of an inch of rain there. Winds gusted over 30 miles an hour. Even though they reached 92 degrees for the high temperature, the winds have shifted to the northwest. That's interesting. 73 for the morning low, 58% humidity. The barometer is rising. Now, across the rest of the area, day 2 of the heat wave, temperature down to 79 in Dover with a thunderstorm in Wilmington. They went from 90 to 75 in a half hour with a heavy thunderstorm. In the 70s at the shore, but it did get into the 90s at Stone Harbor and into the 80s even at the shore in Atlantic City. So it got warm even at the beaches. Also some thunderstorms starting at 1 o'clock this afternoon. There's the first batch building up. Scattered thunderstorms moving through Wilmington, some big ones that move through Bucks County into central New Jersey. That has moved out, and now the last, that is the cold front, the last of the thunderstorms coming closer to the area. Big storm near Dover, another one near Millville, one up north of Doylestown, one getting into Montgomery County. They're kind of scattered around, so not everybody's going to get one. Everybody's going to see the cloud cover and also the relief from this. Watch the thunderstorms build up on the satellite loop. And you can see the dry air coming in behind it. Here's another way of seeing it. This morning, watch the lower level clouds and then watch them build up as they come eastward and develop into the big thunderstorms. Less humid air behind this front. The front is not all that far away. There's the shadow of it coming right into western Pennsylvania, and there's no doubt that it is going to get less humid during the day tomorrow, but it's still not going to get really cold. Big, bad storms across Texas, someplace getting up to 15 or 18 inches of rain, so that has been pretty nasty. Now for us, the cold front comes through, but with the northwest wind, we stay kind of warm even though we're dry. Tomorrow, then the heat returns. Forecast for tonight, thunderstorms ending, clearing and cooler late. Low to mid 60s for many of the low temperatures. During the day tomorrow, hey, good news. Ozone is in the decent range tomorrow. Brighter sun, not as hot, and less humid, highs near 90 degrees, so you will feel the difference, and you'll see the difference in the sky. 5-day forecast. The heat's going to start to come back along with the humidity starting on Tuesday, especially on Wednesday into Thursday. Thunderstorms on Thursday and then into Friday perhaps as well. That would help break the heat, but we've got a few days here of 90 degrees plus. Could make it 6 in a row before the week's out.
All right. Thanks, Glenn.
Beeper going off over there.
Next, international weather. And at 50 after, the storm update. Right now, your local forecast.